Hi, welcome to Back to School Night. My name is Nathan Shackelford, and I am an art teacher here at East High School. And I wish I could see all of you parents in person because it's one of my favorite things to talk to parents and see the people that are behind my awesome students. So it's unfortunate, but I'm going to try to give you a video that will help you to get to know me and our class, and we'll make the most of it. Um, First of all, I'm going to introduce myself, which I already did. Tell you a little bit about myself. I've been teaching here at East for 20 years, and this is my 25th year teaching art. I love what I do. I still love it, and I think I get a lot of energy from working with my students, who I think are the most interesting people. And I just enjoy seeing students engage with material and learn and gain skills that will lead to futures for them. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is class expectations, and I'm going to go over some basics that are going to apply to all my classes. The platform I'm using for instruction is going to be Google Classroom. And then we're using Google Meet for all of our synchronous sessions. And when we meet in class, I always like to see the students, so I ask them to turn their cameras on at times. And if students are kind of shy in that way, then some of them have communicated with me, and I am allowing for them to kind of warm up to that. So, but I do think it's important that we try to simulate an in-person class as much as possible. I like seeing students' reactions. I like to get to know what they look like and to know them. And then other things that would probably be beneficial for all my classes would include if you're in class and you have to leave the video call for a minute, just let me know so that I know that not to call on you during that time when you're gone, because that's kind of awkward. So, and then I usually have students contact me in various ways, but email is a good way to contact me. And parents can also email me, and I can answer emails at all times. I often will answer emails on the weekends or outside school hours, but it's hard to guarantee that I'll see those, but I do try. So if it's something pressing, I usually want to give a response as soon as I can. But you can expect that I'll respond definitely within 24 hours for a parent question. And I think that sometimes the things are more imminent and they need to be addressed as soon as possible so that skills and learning can continue. And then I think I'm going to leave off at this point and then go into specific classes, because my intro was kind of universal for all my classes, but then I'm going to get into things that are class specific. I'm going to talk a little bit about my 2D media class. I've already been meeting with these students for 4 weeks, and I'm really enjoying getting to know them. And I'll just tell you a little bit about our curriculum and the kinds of things that we're doing in class. We are starting with primarily doing some skills in drawing, using approaches, looking closely at line and how to use it, then also looking at shading and different ways of approaching observation so that they can build their skills and be able to know how to look at something and draw it better, which I think is something that most students want to be able to do. We'll be doing a grid drawing, which is where they'll be able to go for some realism and kind of hone their observation skills and using some technical tools. I should say too that I'm sure most of the parents are aware that you picked up an art kit. We have quite a box it says there's 85 items. And I chose one that had a set of graphite pencils that show the different hardnesses of the graphite, soft and hard, and then a brush set, and then we have acrylics and watercolors, 3 pads of paper. So it should be a good amount of things that the students can use for our class. So I wanted to mention that, they don't have access to our art room with all the things that we have and all the shared materials that we use. So I tried to find a kit that would fulfill much of the things that they need during this semester. Last spring, when we closed school during the last quarter, one of the panics that I had was we didn't have the students didn't have paints, and we were just about to start our our painting unit and color unit, and so I was in a tough place, and we did some experiments with homemade paints, which was fun, but I still was a little unsatisfied. So this year, I thought for sure I want to make sure they have the materials that they need. So I'm hoping that they're enjoying having that. And then, so in this class, we cover quite a bit of drawing. We do some ink work, and then we move into color. We do some color theory learning, and then we learn how to paint with both acrylic, and then we'll do some experiments with watercolor as well. So, and the focus is just for them to become more expert in their ability to use materials. I know that some students have had little art experience, and then some have had quite a bit. And so I'm working with a wide range of abilities and trying to have everyone grow from where they started to where they end. And so we did a still life drawing early in the semester where they did observation. And then we're going to revisit that later and see if we can show growth in what they've gained. And that's mostly what I would want to say. We are working in Google Classroom, and a lot of our assignments are in there. So if a student misses a day of class, they can go to Google Classroom and see the missed material. And so that's always available. And that was the way I did it even when we had in-person classes. So, but if you ever have any questions for this class, my email is a great way to reach me. And I'd be happy to talk to you about our art class. Thanks so much.